what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a makeup tutorial. For today's video, I had no idea what I wanted to film, but I did know that I wanted to use the new StudioMakeup on the go palette that I received in this month's BoxyCharm. This is like your perfect everyday go-to neutral, warm yumminess of a palette. It's very similar to the Kylie Jenner Kai Shadow palette. It's very, very similar and I absolutely love it. It's very pigmented, it's very buttery, and I'm obsessed with it. So I wasn't sure what specific look I wanted to film, but I definitely wanted to do something that's a little bit more dramatic and more smoky and sultry. So this is what I came up with. I pretty much just opened up my palette and I just started playing with the colors. You still can get your hands on this particular palette if you do sign up for BoxyCharm. By the way, BoxyCharm is not sponsoring this video. I do want to mention that you can still get your hands on this palette. If you sign up for BoxyCharm in the month of September, you will still receive a September box, and this palette will be in the box. BoxyCharm, I think it's $21 a month. I do have a coupon code for your first subscription. If you want to use it, you totally can. If you don't, then do not feel the need to use it. Just go ahead and sign up on your own. Don't use a code, but I definitely recommend it because you will get this palette. So if you've ever wanted to sign up for BoxyCharm and you weren't sure, trust me, this right here should be your yes. So again, BoxyCharm is not sponsoring this video. They have no idea I'm doing this video. I just kind of wanted to do this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and that's it. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.
Hey my loves, let's get started. You guys know the drill. I always like to start off with an eyelid primer. You can go ahead and use a concealer or your favorite eyelid primer, and then I'm going to go ahead and set it with powder to make sure that we don't have any creasing and that we're ready for the eyeshadows. For today's look, I'm going to be using the StudioMakeup on the go palette. I'm going to take the lightest brown from the palette and I'm going to apply this to my crease, and as you guys can see, once I get to the outer corner, I'm going to go ahead and flick it outwards. So I am putting this color back and forth in my crease as my transition shade, and then once I get to the outer corner, I am simply just going to flick it out. Then I'm going to take the second to darkest brown from the palette. I'm taking it with the Beauty by Rosita brush. I'm going to start focusing the product in the outer corner. I am using very little product at first, and then I'm going to gently start intensifying it. I'm going to apply this color really tight on my crease, and again I'm going to repeat the same step. Once I get to the outer corner, I am going to flick it outwards, and then I go back in with that first brush that we use our transition shade on just to blend everything together. So pack it in the crease, back and forth, and then just flick it towards the outer corner. Now we're going to get the darkest brown from the palette with a Sigma E55 shader brush, and I'm going to apply this to my lash line, and I'm going to begin to smoke it out. I did a look very similar to this one using cool tone shadows, but today I wanted to do something very similar using warm tone shadows. So I'm going to apply this to my lash line, and then I'm just going to take a blending brush and I'm going to begin to smoke it out and blend it out even more, just to kind of make everything very blown out and very smoky. Now I'm going to be taking that middle shade, which is a beautiful peachy shimmer shade, and I'm going to pack this in the inner half of my lid. And then once I have the color placed, I'm going to go in with my finger just to blend it out some more and kind of disperse the product around. So pack it on and then go in with your finger just to blend it out even further. And then I'm going to go back in with that same blending brush that we use, that really dark brown color, and I'm going to re-intensify my lash line. Now I'm going to take the black that's in the palette and I'm going to take it with a flat definer brush, and I'm going to begin to draw in a kind of like a liner, and then I'm going to go back in with that brush, the E55, and I'm going to blend it out some more. I want it to be the darkest in my lash line, and then as the product goes up, as the shadows kind of blend up towards the lid, I want it to be a little bit lighter, so it's going to be a very nice smoky gradient effect. If it doesn't make sense what I'm saying, just watch what I do and I promise you guys it will make perfect sense. So I'm going to go ahead now and take a makeup wipe, and I'm just going to remove any of the excess fallouts. When I do looks like this, I don't really mind getting very messy in the outer corner, because I like to take a makeup wipe, I line it up in my lower lash line, and then I just wipe off any of the excess fallouts. So now I'm going to go in with that vanilla shade that's in the palette. It's a very beautiful shimmery neutral color, and I'm going to pop this in my brow bone, and this is going to help us clean up the brow and also kind of give us a lifted brow appearance. So moving on to the skin, I'm going to take my Cover FX Custom Radiance drops with my beauty blender, and I'm going to be applying this all over the skin. And then I'm going to go in with the NYX Angel Veil primer, and I'm going to use this to conceal and fill in my pores. I just did a foundation routine that goes into a lot more detail, so if you guys want to see that, I will have it linked up above and also down in the description. So for foundation today, I'm going in with the Makeup Forever HD foundation, and I'm taking the Hourglass Vanish foundation brush, which, oh my god, I have been obsessed with this foundation brush. It is awesome. I'm obsessed. So I'm going to go ahead and blend it into my skin. So I'm going to let my foundation set, and in the meantime, I am going to go ahead and fill in my brows. I am planning to do an updated brow tutorial, so be on the lookout for that. So next, I'm going to take my Kevyn Sensual Skin Enhancer in SX05, and this is going to be my concealer for today. If you have very oily skin, I definitely do not recommend this concealer because it's very creamy, but it's so high coverage and so moisturizing that I am obsessed with it. So I'm going to take my beauty blender, and I am going to go ahead and blend it out, and then I'm going to take my Airspun Extra Coverage Translucent Setting Powder, and I'm going to apply this under the eyes with a beauty blender just to kind of set that concealer in place. Make sure that your beauty blender is damp, and that's what's going to make that concealer kind of set and not crease throughout the day. I also applied some to my chin and also up in the forehead, and then I go in with a brush and I just kind of dust off any excess powder that we might have on the skin, because we do not want any flashback or cakey face. So make sure you dust it off, and then I go in with a bigger brush and that same powder, and I just kind of use this to set my foundation. As you guys can see, I am not rubbing, I am patting it in, and that's going to make the skin look very airbrushed and flawless. For bronzer, I am going to go in with MAC's Give Me Sun. I wanted to have a very glowy, bronzy complexion, and I love this bronzer because it just gives you that sun-kissed look. So I'm going to apply this to the hollows of the cheeks as well as around the perimeter of the face, and then I'm going to contour using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm going to take that middle shade, and I'm simply just going to apply this to the outer perimeter of my cheeks, only the cheeks, and a little bit up in the temples. And by the way, you guys, I am sorry for the shadows in this video. I have to fix my lighting. I'm working on it. I promise to get better. So I took that Airspun powder one more time, and I apply this under that contour just to make it a little bit more crisp and clean. For blush, I am taking a super old blush by MAC. This is called Sunbasque, I believe, and it's beautiful. It gives you kind of like this very bronzy look as well. I didn't want anything too pink or too peachy. I just kind of wanted to look very bronzy, and I love this blush. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara to prepare for falsies. Today I'm going to be using the iikonn falsies in the style Bella. These lashes, you guys, wait for it. Just wait for the drama. Look at those lashes. They're very wispy. They start off kind of short and then they flare out and they just look absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to go back in with that flat definer brush one more time, and I'm going to re-intensify that lash line, and this is also going to hide the lash band. So now I'm going to give myself a very natural nose contour by taking some translucent powder and applying it to the sides of the nose. You're going to be creating some natural shadow, and I also apply some to the center, and once you wipe it off, you will see that you have the most beautiful natural nose contour. So it's time to work in the lower lash line. I am taking that second to darkest brown one more time, and I'm going to be applying this under the eyes with a pencil brush, and then I'm going to go in with the darkest brown and a flat definer brush, and I'm going to tight line my lower lashes, and then I'm going to line my my waterline with a cream pencil. For a more sultry, more smoky, more dramatic look, you can definitely go in with a black or a brown liner, but I wanted to keep it pretty soft, so I went in with a cream. And then we're going to go ahead and apply some mascara to your lower lashes. I went ahead and I wiped off that powder, and as you guys can see, look at the natural contours of my nose. I am obsessed with this technique. I've been doing it a ton. So now I'm going to move on to highlight. I am first taking the Kogendo Aqua Illuminator, and I'm going to apply this with my damp sponge, and this is going to be the base for our powder highlight. For my highlight, I am going to be taking the KathleenLights palette in collaboration with Makeup Geek. I am taking the darkest highlight first, and I'm going to run this through my bronzer as well as through my blush, and this is just going to give me again a very glowy complexion. Then I'm going to take the lightest gold from the palette, and I'm going to apply this to the tops of my cheekbones. This highlight is so gorgeous. My lights were so bright, so you can't really see the intensity of the highlight, but it just looks so natural, and it doesn't emphasize any texture on the skin. It's so creamy, it's buttery. I'm obsessed. And then I'm going to take the Becca in collaboration with Jaclyn in Prosecco Pop, and I'm going to pop this in the tops of my cheekbones as well, and also in the inner corner of my I said that so weird, in the inner corner of my eyes. I'm also going to take this down the bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, and also in my Cupid's bow, and this is just going to give us an overall complexion, and it's going to make the lips look poutier and the nose look pointier. And then I'm going to go in with my damp sponge one more time. I'm just going to run it through the highlight just to make sure that it's blended into the skin and it doesn't look grainy or glittery or chunky. So lastly, lips. I am taking the Too Faced melted lipstick. This is in the shade Chinchilli, I want to say, or Chihuahua. I'm not sure, but I'll have the name listed down below. And then I'm taking the Tarte lip paint in the shade Avi, which is a beautiful color, and then I'm just going to set my makeup using the Ofra makeup fixer, and that is it, you guys. Once you have done that, your look is pretty much completed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. If you decide to recreate the look, don't forget to tag me, and that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.